All right, so we are going to be creating, create and navigate nested directories and files based on what we discussed in our last class. So I'm going to give us a basic overview of what my files and directories are going to be are going to be looking like based on the file structure that we have here. You can see this is going to be my final file structure when I'm done with creating my directories and files. So I will have a first directory, which is take home task, second directory as continents, third directory as countries, and within my countries, I will have my lagos.txt, I will have setup.sh, install.log as files inside the countries directory. So this is going to be my entire file structure. Okay, so to get started, I believe we are already familiar with how to create a directory. So we're going to continue with that and say make directory -p. So our first directory that we're creating is take home task. Take home task. Then we'll have continents. Don't forget we are creating nested directories, so that's why we are having them all at once. Countries. Click on enter. I'll do ls to see if my directories are created. I can see here that I have my take home directories. So to complete the other part of the task, it says to navigate nested directories. What this means is to change directories. So to navigate is to move between the directories you've created. So to do that, I'll say take home task, or an easy way, call it back, delete this, and say change directory. You can see I'm now inside my nested directories that I created. This is my directories. So if I do ls, it will be empty. There's nothing inside the directory. If I do print working directory, I would see where I am within my directory structure. So I'm currently my country, inside continent, inside take home task, and of course the OS boxes and home. All right, so to create our file, don't forget we are creating the lagos.txt file, setup.sh file, and also creating the install.log file. So to do this, I will use the touch command. Touch, say lagos.txt. I'm creating everything at once. Setup.sh. Increase this. And final one, install.log. When I do ls, I can see all my files that I've created. So that is it for this particular task. I will see you in the next task. So the next task that we're going to be doing is to use essential CLI tools, which is grep, cut, less, and find. All right. So to do that, we continue with what we did in the last task, and we say, all right. So we are looking for cut, less, find, and grep. Before we can do that, let's input some content inside our files so we can be able to grep and cut them. So I'll use the word echo and say welcome to Lagos. I'll put it inside my lagos.txt file. Click on enter, echo again. The okay, being bash type error dot log error 2 error 3. I'm just trying to input contents inside the file so we can be able to cut them. So setup .sh. And that one for the log, say echo installation started. Oh, this should be the one with error, 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 error into install.log. Okay, so I have contents inside all of my files now. These are just random contents. All right, you can put in anything you want. Okay, so to use our cat command, so to check our cat command, you can say cat lagos.txt. You can see welcome to Lagos. So what you have to do is to screenshot this. All right, screenshot this and save it as a file. So when you've done that, you also do cat setup.sh. You can see what we have there. Then using cat again, cat install.log. You can see. All right, so I will make a screenshot of this. I have my screenshot. I'll save it, create a new folder, and say take home task. Save it inside the folder. All right, so our next command is using the grep. Okay, so to use grep, we are going to say grep, which means grep means search. Grep Lagos in any file with .txt. Okay, there's no command out. So let's change our search and say Lagos. You can see welcome to Lagos. We have only one Lagos here. All right, so let's grep again. Let's grep, search for bash, the word bash in a file with .sh, with all files that has .sh. I can see one bash file here, one bash word here. Okay, let's grep again. Grep the word. Let's search for this word, this particular word, error, within this file, install log. So grep the word error in any file named .log, which is this .log. All right, you can see the word we're looking for here. So I'm done with the grep command. I'll take a screenshot again. I would save this also. Say grep command. Save it there. The next word we are looking for is less and then find. So let's do less for logos.txt. Okay. So this, press Q to quit or Ctrl C to cancel. Okay. I will not do less for the other ones because it's not really important. So I think the next word is find. So let's use the find command as our final command that we are going to use. So let's say find in this current directory any file with type no, let's use name, file with name that ends with sh. Oh, sorry. Name that ends with sh. All right. So this command here, find, is going to look for any file type, with the name that ends with sh. All right. The dot is the current directory that we currently are. So we can see that in our current directory, we only have setup.sh as the only file with .sh extension. So you can do this entirely across the entire system if you want to. I think that's all for the command. We've done less, we've done find, we've done grep, we've done cat. So that is it. I'll see you in the next task. All right. So the third task here says we should archive and compress log files using tar and gzip. We've already talked about how to archive and compress in our class, so I won't go into too much explanation. So we are still going to use the same working directory that we are currently in to create a .tar archive. So to archive is to store your files in the way that you want to store them. To archive something, the words it's self-explanatory. I don't have to go into too much details about that. So we're going to be using the .tar extension to archive our file. So to do that, to say tar.cvf. So cvf means the C is to create archive, the V means verbose, and F is for the file name. All right, the file name that we want to archive. So let's say we want to archive install.log and also setup.sh. Click enter. Okay. We have our I'm yet to see. All right, okay, let me try it. Say .cvf. Say logs .archive .tar. Yeah, sorry. Install .log. Okay. ls. Okay, so we have our archived file now. So to compress also, to compress a file using gzip is almost the same way as using tar, but different command. So to compress it, we say gzip, the name of our archived file, which is this logs.archive.tar. So ls, this is the difference. You can see an extra extension and added to it .gz. Okay, so this is actually the end of the task, but to add optional stuff, if we want to unarchive them, we can use g unzip. That is to undo the archive that we've just done. You use g unzip. .tar.jz. This is the file name that I'm typing out. Okay, so we used gzip to compress, and I'm using g unzip to decompress it. That's what I'm doing. You can see that the .gz is off from the logs archive.tar file. Okay, now to extract it again, we use tar.xvf, x for extract, v for verbose, and file for the file name. Just the opposite of what we did here, same as what we did here, but instead of using C, we're using X over here. So we are undoing what we did. So logs archive dot tar. We can see the file we archived, install.log. Okay, so what this means, or what we did here, was to archive this file here. Okay, and the name of the archived name is this. All right, so we compressed it using a gzip, and we saw the .gz file extension added to the archive file name. Then we we decompressed it using g unzip. Then we extracted it to get back our file. All right, so that is the end of this particular task. So what you will do is to take a screenshot of what you did. You save it in the same folder. So we say compress and decompress archived files. Save it there. All right, I'll see you in our next. All right, so the final task is the bash script, which is to automate file organization by file type using a bash script. All right, why do you need this? It's to help you learn how to organize your directory and your files based on its name or based on the file type All right. So when I mean file type, I mean the file extension is such as if it's .txt, .sh, .log, which is .log. So we're going to be organizing our files based on its type. You can see here I have .txt file, I have .log file, I have .sh file. Okay, so we are going to be organizing these file types, right, to be in the correct file directory that you want it to be, like move.setup.sh into .sh directory, move.txt into a .txt directory, move.log into a .log directory, move.star into a .star directory. That is basically what this script is all about. Okay. All right. So to get started, um, I won't be using these files anyways. This what I'll be doing is just for example purpose. All right. So to get started, you can see my working directory. I'm still in the same working directory as the one we were using earlier. I want you to just see how my file structure is going to look. So I'm here, currently here within this, sorry, I'm currently here within the countries directory. So within my script, I'll create an additional directory which is organized. Then within the organized directory, I'm going to have all of these files inside .txt, .log, .log, .txt. All right, and the name of my bash script file will be this organize.sh. All right, so let's get started. I'll say vim the name of my file organize.sh. I'm currently inside my file directory. All right, so let's open. I'm currently inside the vim organize.sh file. Click on I to insert content inside the file. So to get started, I'll use the shebang, which is my hash bin bash. This is how you start writing your bash script. I'll put in a comment that tells anyone reading my script what I'm trying to do with this file. Create organized folders if they don't exist. Okay, so to do that, I'll say make directory -p, create a directory called organize/txt. Make directory -p organize for/sh. Then make directory organize organized for/log. Then now we are going to do a loop. A loop simply means a repetitive task. So the script is going to keep looping and going over and over and over and over and over until everything is done. That's what a loop means, to repetitively go through the command. So loop through all files in the current directory. So we use the hash symbol to write a comment in when writing a script. All right. So using a for loop, I say for file in the stack command means every file that has a particular file extension, either .txt, sh, .log. Okay. Say case $file. Do not worry if you do not understand most of the things I'm typing here. We are going to be having a lengthy discussion about it in our bash scripts class. For every file in .txt, move to file variable, a variable name file within the directory called organized /txt. Close it. Then for every file in .sh and every file with .sh directory, move it into the variable name called organized sh. Close it. And for every file with the extension .log, move it into organized /log directory, and close that, and then close that particular loop. You can see case and Isaac is the reverse. This Isaac is the reverse of case. Okay, case spelled backwards, ESAC. All right, finish that. Say done. We are done with our for loop. Say echo files organized by type into the current directory organized into the organized directory. Say your files. Let me get a couple of sentences. Your files has been organized by type into .organized directory. So this is the end of the script. So what we did here is to create the directory. Here is to create the directory. When we finish creating the directory, we did a for loop that tells it to move any .txt file into this .organized .txt directory, move .sh file into .organized .sh directory, then move .log files into organized .log directory. All right, so let's close this. W to save, Q to exit, and enter. Okay, so to run our script, we must first of all, let's see if our script is here. You can see our script here, organize.sh. So to make our script to be able to executable, we use plus a change mode plus X, the name of our file, organize.sh to make it executable. When I do less organize.sh, we can see the content inside. We can scroll through into it. All right, that's what less is for. But when I do ls la organize.sh, I can see we have executable permission that for us to be able to execute this file. We use this command to be able to do that, to change the permission. So to run the command, we use /organize.sh. That's what we use to run the command. Okay, it says syntax error near unexpected token, case line 10, case file in. All right, so let's see what's wrong there. All right, I'm going to see. Okay, to save time here, I'll just go through to know what the error is first, and I will resume the record. All right, so I think click on I for insert. Where my error is, it's here. It should be a semicolon and not a comma. All right, so save it back. Do a cut to be sure my changes have been made. Okay, I can see I have a semicolon here now instead of a comma. So I will run the command again. Okay, so you can see my output sentence. I know you remember at the end of the script I said echo your file has been organized by type into the directory organized. Yeah, so when I run this script, I can see my final output telling me your files has been organized by type into dot organized directory. All right, so when I do ls, you see that there is no, I do not have my .sh, .log, all that directory anymore. In fact, it even moved my my script that I created in this directory into the organized directory because it has the .sh directory. So let's move into .organized directory and look for all of our files. So invariably what I'm looking for, it's, remember here I did ls and I have all of these files that I created. Okay, everything was moved except this because in our script I did not specify a .tar file. All right, I only did for sh and I only did for .txt and .log. You can see here everything is moved except the .tar. So let's move into this directory and see our files. So cd organized, let's do ls. You can see in the ls is a directory called log, that's sh.txt. So it has organized them based on the file type, and it created a folder for each of them: organized.txt, organized.sh, organized.log. You can see those directories here. So let's go into .sh and see our file. So cd sh, there's the ls. You can see organized.sh and I set up .sh. This is my script. It also moved it away from the current directory because it has we specified the .sh extension, so it has moved it away. All right, so let's go back, do ls. So let's check the .txt directory to confirm if we actually have our file there. Alex, you can see our logos.txt. Let's confirm if the logos.txt is actually the one that is there. You can see welcome to Lagos, the one we created earlier. It moved it also. So cd and go back, do ls again. Let's check for the log file. Let's do ls. You can see our install.log. All right, this is quite interesting, and this is the end of this particular task. But it also says that we should create a README and commit to submit the project using our GitHub account. So, which means before we can create a README, we need to first of all create a repository. So I want to believe if already you know how to, you have a GitHub account. If you do not have a GitHub account, just go to github.com and create an account. When you've created an account, you come to repository, click on new, click on new repository. I have it here anyways, but I just want to create a new one. So say take home task. Take home task. Make it public. You see here, create add a README file, and do create a repository. So wait for that is done. You can see my README file here is already created. All right. So to edit it, I'll come here, say edit file. You can see that it's now edited. So what I would have to do is to move all of my files into it. I say cancel this. So okay. Go to my file. Say add a file, upload the file. So to choose a file, come here to my take home task, that of my screenshots, select them, open them, let them upload, add files via download, created, now say uploaded, screenshots of my take home task. All right, say you can see the files that I uploaded here. Let's commit the change. So it's processing and it's uploading it into my repository. Okay, so here I can see my files have been uploaded. So to view it, I will click on it. You see the file. So to check this one, compress the compress, you can see my grep command. You can see it here. Okay. Another thing I can do is to also edit this one and copy and paste my my bash script into, is to copy and paste my bash script into my readme file. Okay, so I say a copy of my bash script. Okay, I'll paste it in, and that's it. Commit the change. Added my bash script file, or added my bash script, yeah, file. Commit the change. Okay, this is not looking too good. Let me change this to a proper markdown file. Paste it in, mostly using this bash line here. So commit a change. Okay, so we can see my readme file now. You can see the script that I use to organize my files. You can see the screenshots here. So that is the end of the task, and this is what I expect everyone to do. I know it looks a bit difficult, but trust me, this is something you would have to learn. Okay, and it is better, the earlier the better. And I would appreciate if we can get this done as soon as possible and probably submit it. So when this is done, how we can submit it is to click on the take home task or whatever name you give it. Come to code. You see here, HTTPS, copy the link and paste it to me on WhatsApp. All right, send me the link on WhatsApp, and that is it for the end of the task. I'll see you in our next class. To have a lovely day.